we are here watching a guy try citizen's arrest. Now, look, man, citizen's arrest, they don't work. And if you go outside, go to Walmart, and you try and do a citizen's arrest, you're a dummy. All right, so let's go ahead and watch the video. Guy tries a citizen's arrest, but gets himself arrested instead.
We sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of
L.
police interactions. This episode covers civil trespassing, citizens' arrests, and impersonating police officers, and is brought to us.
Okay, so that's why he got arrested. Impersonating a police officer is definitely one way to get arrested.
By One Stop 14th Amendment Audit Shop's channel.
Okay.
Be sure to check
Is he the one that got arrested?
out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. In a video posted on August 5th, 2020, deputies Weddle and Moore of the Halifax County Sheriff's Office approached Auditor Michael Raposo in the parking lot of Franklin's Garage in South Boston, Virginia, along with several other unidentified officers. According to another video on Mr. Raposo's YouTube channel, the officers were responding to a call from the owner of the garage, Donnie Ellington.
Bro, that's already a bad sign, bro. You posted conspiracies.
Who alleged that Mr. Raposo was assuming the duties of law enforcement, as well as a call made by Mr. Raposo to report an alleged crime committed by Mr. Ellington.
Okay, what you need help with?
Well, days ago, my RV was stolen from a lot off of Vaughn Street, across from Carter Field, next to the White Pump House. Is there a Superior here, actually?
A Superior?
Well, we're all on level playing field.
A Superior? What? Is there a Superior here?
Is there a Superior here?
A Superior?
Actually?
Oh, I don't, bro. I don't think I've ever heard a supervisor be called a superior. That's the first.
Well, we're all on level playing field. So what
I'd like to speak with the Superior directly.
Oh man, I ain't never heard a supervisor be called a superior. That's a first.
All right, well, you speaking to me right now. So what do you need help with?
I would like to speak with the Superior directly, sir.
Okay, so he wants to speak to a supervisor. Let him speak to a supervisor, even though he's not saying the right words. Let him speak to a supervisor. He has that right.
I want to make sure my constitutional rights are respected through this whole process and ordeal.
Okay, well, I'm here to protect your constitutional rights. That's what we're here for.
Okay. So who is the supervisor, though, just so I can direct my attention to
Okay, so he knows the word. He was just saying superior.
Proper channel of authority for myself. No supervisor here. No supervisor. Okay.
You should get one.
So
get one over here.
Primary residence and my primary dwelling, my sole domicile. It was taken from me days ago. I immediately picked up the phone and called and filed a report for grand theft from South Boston Police Department, which Officer Perkins responded. He refused to provide any incident report or any investigation.
That's not right. That's bad.
Information regarding my RV and a call to be removed.
Okay, you need to take it seriously.
Yes, sir, it has. And
look, if you can let me finish talking first, and then you can talk, all right?
Yes,
that's how
this
this
is
is going to work.
misprison of a felony.
Okay, look, you're going to stop talking and listen to me, okay? No crime's been taken. You parked your vehicle on a lot owned by somebody else. You can't park it there. That means he has a legal... Code of Virginia says you cannot leave any property that belongs to you on somebody else's name.
Can you furnish me that code?
I don't have to. I'm telling you.
Listen here, sir. With all due respect, this is why I requested a supervisor.
Deputy Moore informs Mr. Raposo that Virginia law prohibits an individual from parking.
Is that true, Mr. Audit? Tell me.
Section 46.2-1215 of the Virginia Code states
leaving vehicles on private property prohibited.
It's the quote, no person shall leave any motor vehicle, trailer, semi-trailer, or part of a motor vehicle, trailer, or semi-trailer on the private property of any other person without his consent. Additionally, that's point blank. Point blank. Available information.
Point blank.
It seems likely that Mr. Raposo's RV was removed from the property under the authority granted by these statutes. However, Section 46.
However, what? Tell me something.
Goes on to state that any vehicle towed by law enforcement must have been left for more than 72
hours.
And Mr. Raposo claims in many of his other videos that his RV was parked on the property.
Bro, what the hell? Bro, State Police Supervisor Jones follow-up, filing the same felonious criminal reports with South, FBI reporting felonies, first call to FBI, fourth call to FBI, third call to FBI. Why is he uploading out of order? Second call to FBI. Bro, why are you uploading out of order? Horrible public defender from Halifax County, Virginia. Body cam for tampering without video recording device. Organized crime. Racketeering. Deprivation. Citizens cannot request felony warrants. Maybe Buddy is on to something.
For less than 24 hours. Nonetheless, the circumstances surrounding the actual towing would have to be debated within a courtroom.
Yeah, because that's hearsay.
And it's very likely that a court would find that the officers were acting in good faith when the RV was towed.
This is misprison of a felony, refusing to take a report in regards to the felony, and you're acting as an attorney practicing law unlicensed right now, which is also a crime. And
Okay. I was with Buddy in the beginning. He's currently going off the deep end.
are here to solely take a criminal report. In regards to
criminal
that,
report, nothing criminal has taken
hold on
place.
1 second, sir. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to educate you. Now, the Supreme Court...
Even Big Bubba over here, even Big Bubba got cracked a smile at that one. He's like...
with you, I'm trying to educate you.
Trying to educate you, boy.
Now, the Supreme Court had ruled...
He's the fun one on the job. I could already tell.
...that it is your sole duty to take a criminal report in regards.
Okay.
And if I am falsifying any information in regards to this report,
Okay.
you will be liable to arrest me. Now,
Yeah.
with state law and federal law considering, I'm going to educate you. Not at one point, at any point in time, was I made aware that I was trespassing. Therefore, it is a crime in regards to the removal of that vehicle from that property because nobody had made anybody aware that a crime's been committed.
If there is a sign saying parking here after this certain time is considered trespassing, I don't think you need a warning from somebody working there at that point. There's a whole sign. But I'm sure Mr. Audit's going to let us all know.
I'm going to elaborate for you in a clear instance. 1 second, sir.
No, he's talking, you stop talking, okay? That's how
I
that
really
works.
wanted to speak with the super instance. 1
Buddy that's recording definitely got a stick up his butt.
second, sir.
No, he's talking, you stop talking, okay? That's how
I
that
really
works.
wanted to speak with the supervisor so I didn't get gangbanged by a bunch of people who didn't study law.
Oh man, the verbiage.
I wanted to speak with the supervisor so I didn't get gangbanged by a bunch of people who didn't study law.
Do you know the person that owned the property you're parked on?
It's not owned by a private individual. It's owned by a private corporation.
Did that corporation give you permission to park there?
This property has been generally open and accessible to the public in the neighborhood for generations, as I can testify myself to that.
I mean, buddy, times change. Okay, there used to be a bunch of woods over in that area, and now it's a freaking Walmart. Now it's privately owned land. Times change all the time.
Was it
There
closed when you parked
are no posting signs
Okay, no signs.
whatsoever
Okay.
that would deem any portion
Now I'm
of
listening
that
to you.
property not open and accessible to the general public.
Okay.
Mr. Raposo argues that
Says
he was
there's
not
no
trespassing
signs?
on
Okay.
private property because there were no signs posted and no one notified him that he could not park there.
Okay.
Section 18.
Now I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro.
of the Virginia Code
with
defines the
you.
offense of criminal trespass as going upon the lands of another, quote, after having been forbidden to do so.
Okay.
Either or on the Virginia instead of sign the request is an a defense is a proponent of being could potentially be found liable under the civil objects upon it or otherwise. Mr. Raposo could potentially be found liable under the civil standards for trespass since there is no element of being forbidden required. But he also could argue that he was parked on the property with the consent of the property owner, which is a common defense
Well,
in
that's
civil
hearsay.
trespass cases.
That's
Even though
hearsay.
Mr. Raposo clearly did not have actual consent from the landowner to park there, consent can also be implied from custom usage or conduct.
Okay,
which
if
means that
everybody's
Mr.
using it,
Raposo
then it's
could
good.
argue that because the land had historically been held open to the public, he had
Yep.
the landowner's
Everybody's used
implied
it.
consent to park
Everybody's
there.
used it.
Despite the fact that the criminal statute requires that an individual be given notice that entry to the land is forbidden before the individual can be arrested for trespass. Section 46 100-12 days notice to requires that the person in possession of the vehicle provide the owner 120 days notice to reclaim it.
Okay.
Sir, this is misprison of a felony if you're refusing to take a report. This is why I seriously wanted a supervisor to come down here and respect my constitutional rights.
Respectable.
What is your name, sir?
Well, I mean, he did ask for a supervisor. You guys should have brought one. That's just
Deputy Weddle.
Deputy
Weddle.
Weddle. Violations of U.S. Code and of the Constitution are as follows.
Bro came with a copy of the U.S. Constitution. My man's on his stuff.
Violation of the KKK Act, which is the Three Quarters Act. The RICO Act.
We need to call the FBI.
Racketeering.
We don't enforce federal codes.
I did.
He already called the FBI. My man's is ahead of the game. You need to catch up, Deputy Weddle. You gotta catch up.
The RICO Act.
We need to call the FBI. We don't enforce federal codes.
I did. Okay. And they refused, claiming it was civil. However, that is another instance where they are misprison of a felony and practicing law without a license. They cannot tell me it's civil when I'm filing a criminal report with all the information in regards to such.
My man's on his stuff.
While Mr. Raposo attempts to report violations of criminal law, the officers insist that, based on the facts of the situation,
FBI.
it is a civil matter. A criminal case is filed.
Wait, what?
Insists that, based on the facts of the situation, it is a civil matter.
I thought they just said it was for the FBI, and then the FBI said it was civil.
A criminal case is filed probate and estate cases, and, as discussed earlier in this episode, tort law claims such as common law trespass to land. Section 15.2 from Mr. or limit their discretion to determine that the situation was a civil matter. Mr. Raposo also claims that the officers are, quote, in violation of Virginia Statutory Authority 46.2-1231, 18.2-102, and Virginia Section Code 18.2-119.
What does it mean, Mr. Audit? Please tell me.
As we discussed earlier, Section 18.2-119 of the Virginia Code is the criminal trespassing statute.
Okay, we already talked about that.
Authorized to tow seems to be limited to parking lots and not open tracts of land like the lot where Mr. Raposo was parked.
The grounds that I have.
So he actually might have a case. He might actually have a case.
For this criminal matter are as follows.
It's not a criminal matter.
You are not to decide that, sir. You are not the judge. You are here to take a criminal report, nothing more. And these
Put him in his place. Put him in his place. Talk your sheesh.
can be handled accordingly.
Hey, don't get mad because he talking his sheesh. He can talk his sheesh if he wants to. He can say, go yourself. And you can't do nothing about it.
Well, I have to teach you guys because you guys,
you don't have to teach me anything.
You guys do not study law, and it's the equivalent to a kitchen hiring a head chef who's never peeled an orange or held a knife or entered a kitchen in their whole life.
Ooh, talk your shit.
It absolutely.
This had nothing to do with a kitchen, but you dumb. See, that's why my boy here, rainbow shirt, scarlet beard, putting you in check. He putting you on game. He said you don't know nothing. He said you a piece of cheese without the holes in it. That means you'll never be a whole slice, boy. Talk to him.
A head chef who's never
Head chef.
peeled an orange or
Never peeled an orange, boy.
held a knife
Or held a knife.
entered a kitchen in their whole life.
And you hear his rebuttal?
It
They ain't got nothing to do with the kitchen with your dumb ass, boy.
absolutely does.
No, sir.
It left the jurisdiction. Yes, it does. And I'm going to teach you about this, sir.
It's cause you was a dummy, boy. Cause you was a dummy, boy. That's why you ain't gonna. He teaching you. You just not learning cause you was a dummy.
Not? Okay,
No,
are
you're not.
you too old to learn new tricks?
Ooh, my boy's spicy. He said you too old to learn new tricks with your dumb ass.
Look, what we're trying to
I still am requesting a supervisor.
and one's
on
not
scene.
coming.
Why not? Why not? Why ain't a supervisor coming?
Take the bar, sir? Did you take the bar?
No,
Did you take the bar? I didn't have to take the bar.
we didn't
What? You didn't have to take the bar exam and you're a police officer? What the? What?
either.
What?
Why don't you
I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what the bar exam is. I just said that just to sound cool.
ask Franklin?
Yeah, you should be like this officer. Just back away, call the supervisor, and let the supervisor handle it. This is what the supervisor is for. They handle the situation when it gets out of control. He a little too big for his britches now.
What did he say? He said put him in handcuffs.
If you record,
Put your hands behind your back.
why am I being arrested?
You're being on arrest right now, okay?
What? I'm
So
sorry.
what?
Why are you detaining me?
While most of the officers were talking to Mr. Raposo, a few of the officers went inside the tow yard office and spoke with the individuals who work there.
There you go. Some good officers actually doing some detective work instead of just talking to Buddy on the side because you ain't gonna get nowhere.
Prior to the officers arriving on the scene, Mr. Raposo had delivered some sort of handwritten document to the tow yard owner and informed him that he was, quote, under arrest before storming out of the building and presumably calling the Halifax County Sheriff's Office.
And that's where he messed up. If he ain't never did that shit, he would not be in this situation. The bar exam is a test all lawyers are required to pass in order to publicly practice law. Shout out my boy Sniper, boy. He's smart as hell, boy. He probably passed the bar exam himself.
Yes. For this reason, Mr. Raposo was placed under arrest for impersonating a police officer.
My man had an actual legitimate case going on and then broke the law and just threw all that stuff out the window.
Section 18.2-172
Damn.
states that, quote, did to Mr. Officer is
So
guilty of a
close.
Class 1 misdemeanor. Whether
Class
Mr.
1
Raposo's
misdemeanor.
actions actually constituted impersonation at least partially depends on the contents of the handwritten document he handed to Mr.
Yeah,
Ellington.
what'd it say?
If he claimed to be a deputy
Certificate of service, date 4/7/20. I, Michael Raposo, hereby notify Frank something Garage in towing that they have engaged in illegal activity, being an accessory to a grand theft of my personal property, and sold domicile and Peeman, is that the car name? I don't know. Living quarters. On this date, a request. Let me read that again. A sole domicile and Paimon living quarters. On this date, a request for them to retract from the said has been made available. For them to retract from the said crime has been made available, as well as a request to return something my home and sole dwelling to me. This notice something. Domicile, the country that a person treats as their permanent home or lives in and has a substantial connection with. So when he said and sole domicile in Paimon living quarters, man, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I did not see him claim that, but the officer may have seen something I didn't.
As one of the officers later contends, Mr. Raposo's actions could be considered impersonating a police officer. However, based on Mr. Raposo's statements, it appeared...
I don't know. That didn't seem... Whatever I read, it didn't really seem like he was impersonating an officer. It seemed like he was just doing, like, citizen's arrest.
...that he believed he was enacting a citizen's arrest, which is a common law doctrine that allows private citizens to arrest other citizens in certain situations.
For criminal activities.
In the 1980 case, was acting under the belief that one had been, which complicates the analysis of whether he was impersonating a police officer. Section 18.2- written money was without knowing the exact contents of the document, it's difficult to say whether it was intended to simulate a warrant or other legal process, but it's fairly clear from the situation that Mr. Raposo was not acting for the purpose of collecting money.
No, I did not tell him I was placing him under arrest. I did not impersonate an officer. I did not offer any information. Sir, is that this right here is witness intimidation?
Is that your dog?
And this is suppressing my rights. Yes, sir, that is my dog.
In a comment on another YouTube video on his channel, Mr. Raposo stated that after he was arrested, the officers took him to jail and charged him with assuming the duties of law enforcement.
Okay.
However, in the comments for another video on the
Welcome
channel,
back,
Mr. Raposo stated that the charges were dropped and
Charges
also
were
implied
dropped
that he intended
in
to
a
file a
lawsuit.
1983 lawsuit. I was unable to locate any court record that confirmed whether Mr. Raposo was charged with a criminal offense or had filed a lawsuit.
Probably
Overall,
just
the
ain't got
Halifax County
to it.
Sheriff's Deputy
I would give the deputies, bro, it's kind of hard, bro, because Buddy right here, or was it Buddy right here? I think it was Buddy right here. He was chill the whole time. He was chill the entire time. He didn't really do nothing. Buddy right here, I don't remember. I don't know. The guy that had the camera on was being rude, disrespectful, didn't get the supervisor when he asked. And then the old guy was talking like, man, you ain't gonna teach me jack squat. They over here arguing like a petty couple. So overall, I guess they would get an F from Audit. 100%, Audit's gonna give the cops an F regardless. He always gives a goddamn F. And the only time he ever gives something higher than an F is if the person that was there, they basically just didn't really do shit. These guys are going to get an F from him. I would give this guy right here, because he was actually trying, I give him like a B. He was actually trying to figure it out. And even in the camera, he showed, hey, I'm going to go ask whoever, whatever, what. And then he left to do his thing. I don't remember this guy. Guy with the camera gets like a C. And the guy that was arguing with him gets an F. No, the guy with the camera gets an F. And then the guy that was arguing with our crazy guy that had a firm, strong case until he gave that freaking paper away. I guess they both get an F for being unprofessional. Quick question. Should I stream Warframe? Fuck yeah, dude. Warframe's the shit.
Get an A-.
What? I gotta hear this.
Because although the officers could have been more professional and contacted
Yeah.
the supervisor when Mr. Raposo requested
Yeah.
they remained within the bounds of their authority throughout the interaction and made what appeared to be a lawful arrest on Mr. Raposo without having to resort to violence. Some of the Halifax deputies' conduct could be seen as ethically and professionally questionable, but nothing the deputies did could be legitimately considered misconduct without more evidence to suggest otherwise. There is no doubt that the deputies should have been more cordial with Mr. Raposo when they initially made contact with him, but Mr.
Bro, I can't believe he just gave him an A-. But yeah, I saw Warframe was cross-platform. You guys trying to play some Warframe? Yeah, I don't know if Warframe is fully cross-platform. He got an F? Bro, I can't with Audit, bro.
Legal significance, failing to properly conduct a citizen's arrest, and for neglect.
Oh, he said you failed at conducting a citizen's arrest. You got yourself arrested, boy. You got an F with your dumb ass. Look, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was on this guy's side like 70% of the time. 70% of the time I was with this guy. The other percent is like, bro, you just like you had a legitimate case and you dropped the ball. I would give this guy like a D because he was there. He had it. And then he just dropped the ball, bro. He just gave him a whole F. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Good. I'm gonna like the video, man. It's your boy Miz. Come subscribe, all that good shit, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Should get like a B or something, like a B or a C. Bro got a whole F. How? Because he failed to do a citizen arrest, he got an F? So Warframe